Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Neo. Today we are working on a new client. I am just getting started by pushing back her cuticles. I just released a recent video on a very simple short acrylic set. I take it back. I thought that was a short set. Guys, this is going to be the shortest set I think I've ever done. In terms of tips in acrylic, you will see, but you know, stay tuned, we're going to get there. So I'm showing you my prep process. I sprayed the client's hands with some alcohol. In this case, I'm using Young Nails Swipe. And I pushed back her cuticles with a plastic disposable cuticle pusher. You can use metal, you can use an orange wood stick, anything. Just make sure that you're being careful not to be aggressive and pushing it back. It can be painful for some clients, especially if they might have tougher cuticles. Then I like to go in with this pointy diamond bit. I get these from Amazon and I love these. You're gonna see me, I'm going forward and backwards. And I try to use this to scrape up any cuticle that might be left on the natural nail plate and to get it up under that eponychium area. You're gonna see me going from right to left. I have my E-file in the forward motion, and when doing this, I have the E-file on the slowest possible speed. That's about 3,000 to 4,000 RPM. When I turn on my E-file, that's the lowest speed. So I do not have it turned up high. It is not removing a significant amount of the natural nail. I am just using it to scrape up any dead skin that might be on the natural nail. Now you're going to see me going from left to right. So this just ensures that I'm able to scrape up any of the dead skin that might be on the right side, moving from the left. Sometimes when you only go in one direction, you might not be able to flick everything, you know, up and off the nail. So sometimes I like to go in both directions. So that's just what I'm doing here. Also, when doing this, you want to make sure that you're not angling the bit up at an angle. As you can see, I have it very, very flat to the natural nail. You do not want to cause rings of fire or like potentially put dents or like notches in the natural nail. Sorry, we were talking. But yeah, if you can see, I'm have it very, very flat to her nail, and you know, that just helps to, you know, clear everything up. Next, I'm going in with my fine sanding band. I have it at pretty much the same speed, 3,000 or 4,000, maybe 5 max, but nothing higher than that, because you do not want to take off too much of the natural nail. We need those thick layers. We do not want to damage the nail and make it thin. And with this, I'm using it first to clear up the cuticle area. I go around from right to left and try to scrape up any dead skin that I might see, and then just going over the nail lightly. You'll see I don't spend too much time on the actual nail. You know, go back and forth a little bit. You want to remove the shine a tiny bit, and then I use it to clear up any cuticle area. Now we are going to be applying tips. So when she came in, she did tell me that she wanted extremely short nails, but I didn't really know what she meant by like short. She meant short, guys. Like, you see her nail length, so her nails are pretty rounded. This is the shape that she came in with, but she wanted more of a square shape. So I thought that I could, you know, kind of sculpt it, but I didn't feel like using forms or, you know, extending the acrylic without some type of support. So I am applying some tips onto her nails. These are clear. Just, you know, basic tips that I got from Amazon, and we are going to be chopping them all the way off. I'm making sure to size them appropriately. You want them to fit sidewall to sidewall. If they are too small, they will pinch and eventually lift, and if they are too big, you will get moisture underneath the sides of the nail and you will have a surface breakdown. So it's important that the tip fits completely. If your tip is too small, it's better to go big and trim the sides down than to go small and then, you know, potentially mess it up. But look at how far I am cutting these tips down, and even when I did this, she thought that they were too long. So, you know, I thought I knew what short nails were. Guys, I think this came out really great, but it really pushed me to be like, all right, I didn't know that people would, you know, want their nails to be this short, but she did, and we made it work. So I'm just using my straight edge file to give it just an additional clip because my tip cutter did not go any further than that. Now I'm using just a medium grit hand file to kind of pre-shape the nails. They did look a little bit wide, so I'm just making them a little bit more narrow for her and blending the tips just a tiny bit with the file. I'm using the same sanding band at the same low speed just to kind of quickly blend those tips in. I am not going over her natural nail. We don't want to damage the nail, as we have already, you know, removed the shine. You don't want to remove any more layers. Now I'm just going in with my regular prepping system, the Mia Secret Dehydrator, the Mia Secret Primer, and a thin coat of the Young Nails Protein Bond. I do this all the time for all of my clients and for myself, and it has been working. A few clients of mine actually get a little bit of lifting, but I think it's just, you know, it might be the client, it might be that they are in the medical field and wash their hands a ton. She is one of these clients who's in the medical field and washes her hands so much. I was like, girl, you need to moisturize, you know, because your skin is a little dry. She was like, I know. So for this set, she came in and she was like, I want something a little bit milky white with a little bit of something. So we made it work. I am using my Marshmallow acrylic from Sugar and Cream, and in this case I am not applying the acrylic like I normally would. I'm not building up structure at all. I'm basically painting the nail with this acrylic. That's basically what I'm trying to do. Just get a nice coverage of product on the nail just to cover up, you know, the color, and then we're gonna figure it out later. But you do not want a lot of product on these nails because they are extremely short. You do not want big, round, blocky nails on the tips of these fingers. So again, I am just making sure to use uber wet beads. If I feel like I can see through that acrylic, I'm just adding a tiny wet beads, but I'm basically painting it like a polish on her nail. And now for the something special. She chose these Chanel logo stickers. So I am applying 2 different stickers on 2 of her fingers. We've got the word Chanel going vertically down one of her nails. And then I'm going to apply the Chanel logo, but it's in like dots. It's not like a solid line. It's like dots. And then I was like, you know what? It feels kind of like we could add a tiny bit more. So I'm adding the tiniest bead of clear acrylic, and I'm going to be adding these really gorgeous gold flat back studs to each of her nails. The one with the logo is going to go right underneath the logo, and for the rest of the nails I'm going to apply one in the center right by the cuticle area. I think this was a nice simple touch because it gave us just a little hint of something. The nails are very short. We do not want a crap ton of items on these nails. I mean, you can load them on, but I just think that it was very simple and elegant, and just kind of, you got the hint of gold without it being too much in your face. So I'm just using a tiny bead of acrylic. I'm adding it to the cuticle area and then placing that not gemstone, but like a charm to that acrylic. Now it's time to clear cap. When I say I am not building up structure, I mean it. I'm basically painting on this acrylic. You'll see me just mostly swiping it off, but I just want to make sure to encapsulate that charm that I placed on the nails and or the stickers on the nails. So I'll build up a little bit around those items just so that they're underneath the acrylic. But for the most part, we don't really need to build up any type of structure because these nails are extremely short. Now that's all good, I am just gonna go in with my hand file and reshape. So the whole point of these is to get a nice crisp shape. They are really, I can't keep saying it, like they're just so short. And I'm mostly going to be hand filing these nails just to debulk. I felt like if I went in right away with an e-file, I might have removed a little too much and possibly removed the stickers and or the charms. So I'm reshaping, getting that nice crisp square shape. She wanted it to be a little bit more narrow as well. She mentioned she didn't want them to be wide. So I'm taking it in on the side walls, if there is a side wall, and making the free edge a little bit squarer, and then just surface filing a little bit as well. And I brought out my new favorite bit. This is my extra fine narrow carbide bit. It is not a safety, and I'm using this because it's going to be removing the finest amount of product. I feel like if I used anything higher grit than this, then it would have removed too much product. And I remember I just did a painting coat of acrylic, so I'm using this mostly to smooth the surface of the nail and to clean these cuticle and sidewall areas for the most part. It's not a safety, so you do have to be careful, but I'm glad to have used this bit because it did not remove very much product at all, which is the point. You know, these nails are fairly thin and short. I do not want to, you know, get any patches in the nail because I went in too hard with a bit or anything like that. I think I had this bead at about 10,000 RPM, but again, it's an extra fine, so the teeth in this bit are very, it's basically very smooth, and the whole purpose of it is just to smooth out the nail. So I had this client go wash her hands, but even when she came back, I sprayed her with some Swipe, and I'm just using a manicure brush to really brush out any dust or debris that might be on the nail. I love doing this. It also helps to dehydrate again and prep for top coat. So I'm just using my Beetles Glossy Top Coat. This set is pretty much done. You know, it's really short. I'm kind of proud of myself because, you know, you do nails in your mind, you're like, oh, I want to work on these gorgeous, long, elaborate, you know, nails, but it's important to be able to do all types of nails. There are different types of clients, and I'm proud of myself to know that I can service the, you know, the extendo girls and the really short itty bitty nail girls. So yeah, the set came out really good. This client was so fun. I was like, girl, we gotta get a little bit of length on these. And she's just like, no, I want them to be super short. But you know, she loved them. I love them. I think that they came out really great. I had her cure for a full 60 seconds, and this is what they look like. So the shape was gorgeous. We did add a tip. As you can see, we have a nice square shape. That's what the tip did for us. Hopefully you liked this video. She loved it. I loved it. I think the white looks so super gorgeous and elegant, and the tiny little charm we added was fabulous. So thanks for watching. Sub if you want, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.